Welcome to the RadioU Podcast. I'm Hudson.
And I'm Allie.
Coming up, we're one step closer to eating ramen for every meal.
Also, will this convince me to buy a Switch too?
All that and more on the way next. Oh, Allie, I think Nintendo is doing this just for you, but also for everybody because a lot of people are excited about it. 877-2-RADIO-U or the talkback button in the RadioU app. Nintendo, at their Nintendo Direct presentation, has revealed that they are doing a full remake of The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time for the Switch 2.
Yeah.
This is, they have done a rebuilt version of Ocarina of Time, which is now old enough to rent a car.
I know, it's crazy.
They've done a rebuilt version for the 3DS back in the day. Even that was back in 2011. But this is going to be like an actual full-on remake. A new Ocarina of Time for a new generation.
That's so exciting, although I do feel like this is it'll be a combination, because the old and the new will combine to play this game. Mm-hmm. Those of us that grew up playing it on the Nintendo 64 will probably want to play it on the Switch 2. And those that never played it before, maybe they're, too young to have had the DS or too young to certainly have had the 64. But now they get a chance to play Ocarina of Time. And let me tell you guys, it'll be one of your favorite games ever.
Yeah.
It's just such a good game. And I listen to the soundtrack all the time.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, they'll modernize it and remake it, but maybe leave the music the way it was.
Yes, I really hope they do.
Just reuse that original soundtrack. But I was thinking this, though. I figured you might be excited, even though you probably don't even have a Switch 2.
I don't have a Switch 1. I don't have the first Switch.
Now you're going to have to get one. But this is really exciting. And I'm like, why, if we got every time, because we get this news all the time, they're remaking, yesterday we talked about Scooby-Doo. They're remaking, well, they're not really remaking,
they're making a new
that's an
live
origin
action
story.
Yeah.
But they're remaking a new movie from back in the day. They're remaking a TV series. And it's always like, oh, I don't know. It's going to ruin my childhood. Leave it alone.
Nervous.
But with Ocarina of Time, with video games, there's a totally different reception to it.
I haven't really delved into the world of video games being remade. Obviously, there's been video game adaptations, like video games turned into shows or video games turned into movies. And we have seen mixed results on that. But a game being remade, I haven't seen what that looks like. I just hope this is copy paste. That's what I hope, because it's such a good game. I don't want them to change anything about it other than maybe the graphics look a little different.
Which is funny because with movies, that's not what you want. It's don't just make Jack Black be Marlon Brando, but then everything is the exact same.
Well, I personally, when I like the Disney live actions the most is when they're most loyal to the original. Mm-hmm. And so I am in the camp of don't fix it if it's not broken.
Yeah, but I don't know. Lion King to me was basically the exact same. It was a modern remake of The Lion King.
Yeah.
And it sucked.
It sucked?
Yeah, it sucked.
I thought people liked that one.
I think they do, but that's because they like the old Lion King.
Okay.
That's because the old Lion King is good, not because the new one is good.
Yeah. Well, the ones that they've changed, strayed very far from the original. And those ones have not done well. And those are the ones I don't like. I stopped watching the live action remakes after Aladdin. It changed so much, and I thought it was kind of a joke. So.
Yeah. I guess with movies, the old version never gets worse. We haven't changed technology that much, where obviously it doesn't look as good, but it's not like everybody's pixels or whatever, where with video games, that is the case of if you just can update the way it looks, that brings it into a modern thing. But that's changed so much, where movies and TV shows not changed that much.
Yeah.
But I still don't understand the ruining my childhood thing about movies. Just don't watch it.
I don't.
We've had a week's worth of content that is Europeans complaining about the World Cup being in America.
It's true.
The start times are wrong for them. It's too hot. The stadiums look bad. They've got many, many complaints.
Yeah.
But not all Europeans. They are not all upset, particularly the ones that have now arrived here.
I think that's the distinction.
Yes.
Those that have come, that have crossed the water.
Yep.
They have seen the way.
Yeah.
They've seen the light.
I think there's two things. I think that's one of them. And then the other is that, so these are Europeans that are like sharing their experiences. They're mostly like European influencers and stuff.
Yeah.
Coming here for the first time in their lives and having a great time already. They haven't gotten to the stadiums yet. And so that was the other thing. I was like, they're complaining about the stadiums.
And they haven't even been there.
The actual game experience, that's FIFA. That's not the United States.
Yeah.
But like this, for example, Elsa Thora, she's a Swedish influencer. She has gone to, it looks like, several kind of small town diners, which I don't even know how she's winding up at these things.
Yeah, I'm like, where's she
those aren't
going?
near the stadiums. But she tweeted out, why did no one tell me ranch sauce is like crack? Europe, we need ranch ASAP, which is actually something I have heard that ranch doesn't exist in Europe. They don't know about it.
They don't know about it, which we did talk about the ranch ambassadors,
yes,
that are traveling all over Europe this summer to help promote ranch. So Elsa, it might be coming soon.
Yeah. She's got to bring it back too, because it is. Ranch just continues to me. I didn't discover it, I feel like, until late in life, but it just continues to rise up the rankings of like the best things in the world.
It's so good. I mean, it's so good.
Also, Elsa and others seem to now have discovered, I guess this doesn't really exist in Europe, like our convenience stores.
Yeah.
I have this one German guy who went to Buc-ee's for the first time.
Okay.
Certainly Buc-ee's doesn't exist anywhere else, but even like Elsa Thora is tweeting out pictures of like, I can't even tell what this place is.
Just looks like a regular convenience store.
Twinkies and buffalo blue cheese combos. And she says she feels like she's in a movie. And then like just all the, I've got a German guy here. Just had our first Waffle House experience at 1 a.m. Great food, great prices, 10 out of 10. We'll be coming back.
Let's go. And they also said great staff. That's a rare thing.
Yeah. The same German guy, Walmart action. He's getting Walmart for the first time. So once you actually, as a European, like just experience all, I guess, that America has to offer, you do understand that that there is so much to offer here. We have a lot of good, even if it might not be convenient for your World Cup watching experience.
I hope. Well, if you come to the United States, then that wouldn't impact you at all, the time zone thing. But yeah, come to the United States, experience it before you make your judgments, Like, that's what they should do.
I've said this. I think I even said this yesterday. We in the United States have taken just about everything and just made it better. That's what we do. We optimize, we refine, and then we try to share. We don't keep it to ourselves. We try to share these things with the world. One day Buc-ee's will be overseas.
Probably. It'll probably be all over the world.
Yeah, and it's going to be a hit. This is awesome. A Black Mirror episode, literally a Black Mirror episode, come to life. There is now a new platform called Pump Fun Go.
Pump Fun Go.
That is created to allow users to place a bounty on almost any task and then allow other users to complete that task in exchange for receiving payment. This, again, is a Black Mirror episode from the newest season starring Chris O'Dowd and Rashida Jones.
Yeah.
It's the one where he starts pulling out his teeth and stuff to make money and whatever. And then she sells ad space in her mind and whatever. To keep, I think she had some disease. I don't know. But this is literally the site that is in that episode.
Right. Yeah. She has like a life-threatening disease. She has to get this experimental surgery thing to come back to life or whatever. And they have to pay for it.
Yeah.
And they use extreme efforts to get that money.
Now,
I'm looking at this website right now.
How does it look? Does it look like legit at least?
It does look legitimate. It kind of reminds me of something that you would see if you went to like Kalshi or something.
Okay. I mean, yeah, it feels like it's definitely along that same similar line.
Yeah. But basically there's one on here that says, teach Ronaldo how to play football for $5.09. So, yeah, I don't know how filled out this is. Most of these seem like memes rather than actually legitimately asking somebody to do something.
Yeah. They do say, they claim that they you can put any task on there, but they review and moderate submissions. So presumably, obviously, you think of bounty, you think of killing somebody. That would be something that would be they would not allow to go up on there. But what are the other rules? I don't really know.
Yeah.
But they say some of the examples given of like stuff you can do. I don't know what you're seeing, Allie, but like getting tattoos. People have literally done this, completed this task on there and gotten paid for it, but that's permanent.
Yeah.
Also, somebody covered themselves in watermelon for $950. Helping and in some cases harassing homeless people. So it can be any task, as long as I guess it's legal. So it can be good things, which there are many cases and examples here given of good things that you would do, buying people groceries, blah, 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 or helping homeless people, or negative things. It's not illegal to harass a homeless person. And apparently you're allowed to do that on here for exchange for the bounty.
Well, I hope people don't do that. But I'm seeing one that you should do, Hudson.
Okay.
When you get back from your next trip. Rescue a dog or cat at a shelter.
Oh.
Paying $381.33.
See, here's what I don't understand. Why people are putting that up. You know what I mean? Because should be more than what it would actually cost. I don't know. I guess if you include all the stuff that may come with the vet or whatever. And obviously over the long run, a pet will cost you a decent amount of money. But it doesn't cost $380 to just adopt a dog or a cat from a shelter.
Well, somebody just is altruistic. Maybe it's like a tax deductible or something. I don't know.
You think this site is?
Well, I mean, any type of giving can be tax deductible.
I don't know if it's going to work that way.
I mean, it can, right?
It could.
Because you can count it on your taxes if you itemize and stuff, right?
Yeah, but doesn't that have to go to like? You have to be able to like prove that it was actually to like a nonprofit or charity or something like that?
I don't know.
What if you get audited?
Yeah, right. They're like,
I spent all my money on Pump Fund Go.
Pump Fund Go. Okay.
Yeah. Because, I mean, if you can pay somebody to cover themselves in watermelon, I don't think you should be able to deduct that.
No.
This
feels different. Rescuing a dog or a cat from a shelter feels different than like asking somebody to do something like embarrassing or whatever.
I just feel like that's eventually what this turns into. Is not a legal task. But again, I've seen the Black Mirror episode. It feels like it turns into people doing embarrassing and degrading things, but not actually illegal things.
Oh my gosh. There's one I can do.
Okay.
No, I can't do it.
No, test it out. Come on.
But I wish I could do this because it's $15,000 total reward.
Yo, what is it? I'll do it.
Beat a world record running in a meme coin mascot outfit.
Oh, so you have to be like a Doge or something.
Yeah. You have to be fast.
Uh-huh.
And you have to be dressed up as a meme coin.
You can do that.
I can't beat a world record.
A world? What? I think if you look hard enough, you can find one.
No.
But see, this is the other thing that I'm saying, that there's going to be people completing these bounties and being like, okay, you owe me money, and then the person's not going to pay, and there's going to be lawsuits. That's the other thing that I foresee coming. That's like that's a pretty mild worst case scenario.
Although this one looks like it's actually by meme coin, like the actual meme coin. So maybe they do have the money.
Challenge is on. Allie, is this a relationship rule I didn't know about, that many of us possibly didn't know about, at 877-2-RADIO-U, the talkback button in the RadioU app, that if it seems pretty one-sided, but if your girlfriend orders a dessert or a treat, as a man, as a boyfriend, you must also order a dessert or a treat.
I didn't know that was a rule at all.
There's a video going around, a supercut of guys doing this, where like it'll be the two of them at a Cold Stone Creamery, and the woman goes first, and she orders whatever she wants, and then the guy goes, "Oh, I'm good." And the woman getting like not upset of like mad, but just the shock and dismay of these women when the man is like, "Nah, I'm good." And so is this a rule as a guy? Like, I've never experienced this because I'm never not ordering dessert if we're out at a Cold Stone or a Starbucks or whatever it is. But there's too many examples of this to not be true, right?
Well, okay. So at first I thought this meant like you guys had a sit-down restaurant, so you had a meal and now you're getting dessert or something.
Then you would share. Oftentimes,
you can
everything
100% share that, and I don't think there's anything wrong with like only ordering one thing or like. But I don't think you have to get two things because usually I'm way too full to ever want a dessert on top of what I've just eaten at
that
a
is
sit-down
true.
restaurant.
I almost never get dessert at sit-down restaurants, except of course at BJ's where you get the Pizookie. But I can't imagine me not getting a Pizookie there. But I also can't imagine Mrs. Hudson saying, the waiter comes around, hey, do you guys want dessert? Did you save room for dessert? And she's like, yes, I'll have blah, blah, blah Pizookie. And then he looks at me and I go, I'm good.
Right.
And then expect her to eat that whole Pizookie on her own. I'm either stealing some of it,
right,
or it's really weird. Why is she alone in the dessert ordering?
Yeah, but this particular supercut is of like, let's say you're just going into an ice cream shop.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it was like a talked about discussion, like, let's go get ice cream.
Yeah.
You go inside, you get ice cream,
I feel like
he doesn't get ice cream.
I feel like many of these are setups where the guy was like, he's filming do you want ice cream?
Yeah.
That's how he said it. Do you want ice cream? Do you want Starbucks?
Right.
Do you want crumble cookies?
Yes.
And then they go in.
Yeah, it's all a setup because why would you be filming it if it wasn't a setup?
Yeah.
So this seems like it's a TikTok or social media trend.
But it's a setup that exposes something deeper, and that is that apparently as men we have to order dessert if a woman does.
Girls don't want to be alone and eating ice cream if you have agreed to go to eat ice cream together. That's just weird.
Well, why not? If the question was, do you want ice cream? Why do you care if I want ice cream? Just have your ice cream.
If you were asking me, do you want ice cream, and we're going to go to an ice cream place, there's an assumption there. There's an assumption.
It's an assumption that you want ice cream because you said yes.
There's an assumption there that you are asking, do you want ice cream? Because it's like, let's go get ice cream together.
He just wants to do something nice.
Yeah, that's not at all what's happening
It definitely is.
No, it's not.
Mrs. Hudson does do this to me where she'll be like, do you want this? And then I have to answer yes because it means she wants this, but she's asking me.
That's what I mean.
Guys don't work like that.
No, yes.
We do not work like that.
You have to understand that there's that underlying assumption, and even if guys don't operate that way, they have to know that girls are thinking that's how it's going to be.
I don't like this rule.
Well, that's just how it is,
Now you're forcing me to have ice cream?
No, it's not a forcing, but don't ask us if you want to go get ice cream if you don't want ice cream.
The amount of times I'm about to take women to get ice cream is
women?
Down. Yeah.
Women? You mean Mrs. Hudson?
The World Cup kicks off tomorrow, but now we're learning about another new way that FIFA continues to price gouge people in unreasonable ways.
Okay.
This one, though, this may be the most unnecessary of all. Because FIFA is offering fans the opportunity to have their name on the Jumbotron, the big screen at a World Cup game, for the price of $79.
Per name?
Per name.
Why would anyone want to do this?
That's what I'm wondering.
Point?
I guess if you have the money to just simply get into the World Cup, then $79 is probably completely meaningless to you, and so you can afford it. That's like saying
that's $79 you could spend on popcorn and other things at the game.
But I don't think the people that are going are counting the money. Yeah. I don't think they're even thinking about that.
Maybe.
This is not like $79 that I'm going to not be able to use on something else. It's just a amount of money that they already have that they're not even going to think about.
I mean, I feel like the people that would do something like this, certainly that would be the case. I would hope, or else they're really dumb with money.
Yeah. Well, I guess the other possible case would be they're just so drunk that...
Yeah. They're like, yes, name on the Jumbotron, please. Yeah. Or they're like a TikToker, like they YouTube vlog.
Write it off for work.
Yeah.
I got my name on the Jumbotron.
Exactly. I can
the World
see
Cup.
It now.
Yes.
I'm on the Jumbotron at the World Cup.
Nene would
like
do
that.
this.
Yeah.
Nene would totally do
if he could get to a World Cup game, maybe. Unfortunately, none near us.
Yeah, but it is crazy because I know some other It is stupid, but it is exciting to have your face or something you said up on the Jumbotron.
Yeah.
But I would not pay for it.
No.
Even though getting your face on the Jumbotron is so rare, it feels like they should charge you. You know what I mean? Like it feels so special.
Yeah.
But I had an experience where it wasn't my name, but me and my best friend were going to, we have had a challenge and we haven't done it for a while, but like go to all the different Major League Baseball stadiums.
Yes, yeah.
At PNC Park, they had a thing where you could, and it was free, and you could text a number to try to get your message up on the...
So like something funny.
Yeah, so we were trying, everybody was like, happy birthday, Evan, or whatever.
Right.
I love you, sweetheart, or whatever.
Right.
Like, boring. We were trying to get funny stuff. Not like inappropriate, but just like we were trying to dupe them, and it never worked.
Oh.
They were filtering our and there was nothing wrong about them.
Yeah, they wanted the special
It's just like
happy birthday, I love you, will you marry me messages.
But why did they have to why did they filter ours, like keep on scooting or whatever? Why did they have to filter that out?
Yeah.
And then I was wondering, are any of those messages even real? Or do they just have like a kind of generic...
I remember I got on the Jumbotron at a Cavaliers game with my sister. They would tell you to take a selfie, and then you could post it on Instagram or Twitter at the time and hashtag it with a certain hashtag, and then they would, kind of play it on the Jumbotron. And everybody, all of the images were of real people at the game.
Yeah, of course.
So,
But that's people.
Yeah.
This was just text.
This was just text message.
Yeah, so
I have a feeling it was real.
They could have come up with, let's just have this rotation of about 100. They could do AI generated. Just be like, send in messages.
That was way before AI.
That seem like something somebody would say, and then put that up there. Then we can act like people have a chance to get their message on, and they can't.
Why does that text message have dashes in it? Welcome to Right Up My Alley. Today we're talking the World Cup.
Yay.
Starts tomorrow, as we said. We're going to have a special preview tomorrow.
Yes, with JR, because probably you quizzing me on the World Cup will illustrate why we need JR on, because I don't know. I only follow the World Cup.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about Man United or,
like
whatever.
club soccer.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that. I don't know the players mostly. I just know which countries I like to cheer for and like whatever when the World Cup comes around.
I grew up in Africa.
But JR knows all the team. Like, he follows it all the time.
Yeah. I grew up in Africa, and so soccer was, that's just, you live and breathe and die soccer there. Football is what it's called. But I never really got into club soccer as much. Like, Arsenal was a team I adopted, and I definitely followed them for a little bit. But the big thing really is national soccer, like national team soccer, whether it's Zambia playing in the AFCON or trying to qualify for the World Cup. The World Cup it's just such a big deal. And so I always followed like the nations playing each other more than the club soccer teams. Yeah. So the World Cup is it for me. So I thought it'd be fun to ask you questions about the World Cup for this Right Up My Alley. I do think you might do pretty good with this.
Okay. Play along at home. Yeah. You can send in your answers, 8772 RadioU.
Yes, so these are 3 questions. They get progressively harder with each question, but I do think you have a decent shot with all of them. So first question, we've talked about this. Who scored the Hand of God goal for Argentina in 1986?
That was Pele, right?
No, he's from Brazil.
Oh.
This is Maradona, Diego Maradona.
Oh, yeah, Maradona.
Dang, I thought that was the easy one. I thought you would get that. Pele played for Brazil.
Okay.
Okay, next question. Which country...
Was that like the same time frame, by the way? Or like, I have no also frame... Like, it was before I was born, so I have no idea.
No, I think Pele would have been playing in our lifetime. So
you think?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'd have to look up.
I feel like that was like, I don't know. It feels like the 60s to me. 60s. I have no idea.
Maybe. Let's see. No, yeah, he would have been playing much earlier than what I was thinking. Maybe I'm thinking of somebody else.
Okay.
But anyways, he played for Brazil.
Yeah.
Okay. Which country has won the most World Cups?
All right. It's got to be Brazil, right?
That is correct.
Okay.
5 titles.
I'm just going to guess Brazil for everything.
Pele probably was there for a few of those.
Yeah.
I think he has at least one of them. All right. Next question. Final question here for Right Up My Alley.
Yeah.
Which country has appeared the most in the World Cup final?
Wow, Brazil.
No.
I feel like I knew that was going to be wrong. I feel like a trick question after we knew that Brazil won the most.
Yeah. Do you have any other guesses?
If it's not Brazil, well, let's see. France and Argentina were in it last time.
Yep.
And I feel like Argentina, I don't like. They've had Messi for a long time, and he hasn't gotten there until this last World Cup. But France feels like they're always there, so I'm going to guess France.
Not France. It's Germany. With 8 appearances in the World Cup final.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
8 appearances. And I mean, how long does the World Cup go back?
Till 1930.
So that's a couple World Cups where Germany wasn't even in it.
Yeah, I'm sure they were not really playing. So
well, they were 2 different countries,
Two different countries, but also like, World War II was going on.
Yeah, of course.
So, but yeah, they've had 8 appearances. I do think most of them have been in recent history. So because they've been very, very good.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, there's a little World Cup history.
Yeah.
And tomorrow with JR, we will look ahead at the World Cup.
Yes.
Because I can definitely throw out predictions, and I know a couple guys, but and I know who I'm cheering for. I know the U.S. isn't good.
Yeah.
But
we need to get the real scoop, though.
Yeah, like an actual person who can name a second person on Team France.
Right.
So we'll do that with JR tomorrow. It's Party Wave on Radio U.
Hudson, I was thinking recently, a lot of us kind of have this misbelief, this understanding that God is somehow unknowable or unreachable. We cannot have a personal relationship with him, which is really the opposite of what reality is. Mm-hmm. Because why would God send his son Jesus to earth if he didn't want us to have a relationship with him?
Yeah, of course.
Like, that's kind of a big deal. And I was listening to a podcast. I don't know if you've ever heard of this podcast, but it's quite big. It's called The Diary of a CEO.
Okay. I've heard of it. I've never listened.
It's conversations from all sorts of walks of life, but it's hosted by this guy named Stephen Bartlett. He's not a Christian. He doesn't believe in God, and he considers himself a skeptic. But he recently had a Christian on. Mm-hmm. And this guy's a mathematician, and he's talked about God for years and years. And I've actually followed him for a long time from like YouTube and stuff. His name's John Lennox. And so at one point in the podcast, Stephen, the host, just asks him, he's like, well, what are you going to tell me to believe in God? Like, how are you going to convince me to believe in God? He's like, I want to believe in God, but there's one side of my brain that's skeptical that I can really believe and trust in this guy, Jesus. And I loved John Lennox's response to this so much, because he told him, he was like, the word skeptic means to look at something from a distance. Mm-hmm. And to get to know a person, you need to give up your distance. I love that statement because it's true. And he said the person that you want to get to know is the person of Jesus. You're not just getting to know a religion. You are getting to know Jesus Christ. That's the true difference about Christianity. It's a personal relationship that Jesus is offering and he wants with you. Mm-hmm. But you got to give up your distance. You need to take that step forward or else you'll never get to know Jesus.
Yeah, that's a great point. And when you think of it that way, of you're getting to know Jesus, and you're not getting to know the religion, you're not getting to know the rules.
Yeah.
Because the rules are really just they're not
reminder.
Rules. They're a reflection of Jesus' character. This is how you want to be because this is how Jesus is.
Right.
Not because this is, you go to jail if
right. Well, and how
you go to hell jail.
How I view the rules and the laws and all of the things that, are listed throughout the Bible is it's like a reminder that I cannot do that. I personally cannot live up to that standard. And thank goodness I don't have to. That's what that RadioU.com/free gift is. God's free gift of grace is there because he knows we cannot do this on our own. He just wants a relationship with you. He just wants you. And so all you need to do is give up the distance. Take a step forward and say, you know what? To get to know any person, I need to give up my distance to be able to see them. I don't want to look at Jesus from a distance anymore. I want to take a step forward and get to know who this guy is and have a personal relationship with him because God is knowable. He is reachable. He sent his son, Jesus Christ, for a reason because he wants a personal relationship with you.
This is great. We've got a couple new flavors of cup noodles that are coming out for the summer. And I love that Cup Noodles is doing this. We've had many of their different crazy flavors on the show before.
Yeah.
Pumpkin pie, turkey dinner for Thanksgiving. I don't know if you were here for these, Allie, but they did everything bagel with cream cheese ramen.
I was not here for that. I've only done the one cup noodle food fight with Tiffany.
They did. Well, we did the wings, remember? They did all the wing flavors for the Super Bowl.
That's right. We did do the Super Bowl one, so I've done 2.
They also, I feel like they did s'mores. They did breakfast ramen. So and many of these have not been good, but I'm glad they're doing them.
I was surprised by the Thanksgiving ones, not going to lie.
I'm glad they're doing them because cup noodles is all we can afford. So if we can get like all of our different meals as cup noodles, it actually adds some variety to life. But these flavors are a little more, these are new and fun, but a little more like dialed back to what I feel like could fit with noodles.
Okay.
But still creative. So coming out this summer, Cup Noodles will be selling Kansas City barbecue flavored noodles and Texas barbecue flavored ramen noodles.
That sounds really good.
Yeah. I know many people are thinking, what's the difference? So let me tell you how they describe it. The Kansas City barbecue noodles are bold, sweet, and unapologetically saucy. A rich tomato-based sauce layered with garlic, onion, a hint of smoke, and pork notes.
Interesting.
And then the Texas barbecue, it says, is smoke-driven and spice-forward, built on salt, cracked black pepper, garlic, and bold dry rub seasonings that call back to the slow-smoked brisket Texas considers a birthright.
I was going to say, brisket's definitely what I think of when I think of Texas barbecue. Yeah. I have a question for you, Hudson.
Okay.
So, when you were on vacation, I shared this survey of Americans. They were asked, what is the best region in America for barbecue?
Okay, yeah.
What is it? Like the number one.
This is tough because I haven't been to Texas. So my mind says Texas feels like it would be the answer because I feel like when I go to places and they have Texas style barbecue with the brisket, like you mentioned, I feel like that's what I would gravitate towards. But I've never been there. I know Carolina style.
Yeah, Carolina was on the list. They were not number one,
No, it's not necessarily my favorite. And then I'm trying to even think like Kansas City barbecue is pretty good, but I also kind of feel like I almost associate Kansas City more with ribs.
Okay.
So I don't know. Was it Texas?
It was not Texas. Texas came in second. It was Kansas City barbecue that came first for region of the United States for best barbecue. And all of our listeners disagreed. Everybody said Texas. So that was a pretty controversial take from that survey.
Yeah. I buy that. I feel like Texas is better, but I feel like I need to go for myself.
Yeah, we need to go try it, but maybe this will be our opportunity to try it.
We need a food fight road trip.
Yeah.
I also
Food Fight World Tour.
Didn't want this to go by without mentioning that at the gas station that is right by my house, I walk to it sometimes and I'll buy like, we're out of, whatever. Or sometimes I just want a treat. And they still have like the pumpkin pie cup noodles there.
They're still sitting there?
They're still there. I literally just saw them like a week ago and I looked at it. I was like, how are they still selling these?
I feel like ramen's one of those things that doesn't really expire.
It doesn't.
Though.
They weren't expired.
Yeah.
It's like a year to go. So they may sit there for until at least Thanksgiving. Yeah, but this is definitely a potential future food fight. The new Texas barbecue and Kansas City barbecue cup noodles. Meanwhile, you can watch all of our cup noodles food fights that we've done in the past, plus our recent food fight from yesterday, the peanut Nutella food fight, and more on the RadioU Mornings YouTube. I don't know if everybody has this experience, but me preparing for the show, following the news, I feel like once a month you can spin a wheel. There'll be a study that finds that GLP-1s not only help you lose weight, but they also cure blank. They also fight blank. Literally, there was one that came out, I think it was yesterday, that it says they're good to fight cancer.
Oh, what?
Not like a cure for cancer, but it's like they fight off they have effect against cancer.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
The big one I've heard is fertility. It helps with fertility.
They help with fertility.
Yes, and I've heard this from people that listen to our show that said it helped them with their fertility.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know why I said it like that.
Really?
Oh, really? But Okay, so yeah, but like once a month it'll be like a different thing. It'll be like, oh, it helps your teeth or whatever.
Right.
But also once a month you spin a wheel and GLP-1s are causing
killing you.
No. It's they're making rich people that are using them need to get plastic surgery to fix this thing because they're it messes with, you got Ozempic face. You got Ozempic face. Whatever. And so here's the new one for that. Apparently a new cosmetic trend is called Ozempic earlobes, where plastic surgeons are experiencing people wanting to get their earlobes adjusted because of rapid weight loss due to GLP-1 drugs.
Droopy earlobes.
It says it can cause reduced fat in the earlobes along with the rest of the body, which may make the earlobes appear longer or more deflated. So people are getting earlobe surgery, plastic surgery.
So you can lose weight with Ozempic, but you risk.
But is it worth it?
Yeah, you
when
risk
it's going to give you goofy earlobes.
Yeah, you risk having Ozempic pillow face or Ozempic ears.
Yes. Okay, this does lead me to my question, so I'm going to open up the RadioU hotline.
877-2-RADIO-U.
What is the most unnecessary body part to ever get cosmetic surgery on?
Like for me personally?
Just generally. Okay, let's say a person came up to you and was like, notice anything different about me? And you had to try to guess because they got surgery somewhere. What would be the most dumbest, why would you do that?
Yeah.
Obviously, many people think that it's unnecessary generally.
Yeah, I personally do.
Yeah.
For the most part. Like there are great things that happen with plastic surgery, for, burn victims and different people that need reconstruction of some type. But a lot of people go and get stuff done that I view
frivolous.
As unnecessary.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what would be, out of all the frivolous body parts to have adjusted with surgery, what would be the most unnecessary? Because to me, I feel like earlobes is up there.
Yeah, earlobes is definitely up there.
Because what I'm thinking is nobody's noticing your earlobes.
Nope.
That is the last thing that they are thinking about.
Yeah.
Unless you're wearing like super fancy earrings.
Yeah. I used to be super self-conscious about my ears because I have bigger ears.
Okay.
But now I love them because my grandpa had the same ears. And so I'm like, these are my family ancestry DNA ears. These are something to be proud of.
You ever think that your ears from wearing the headphones are like getting smushed back towards your head? So like it's not shrinking them,
but making them smaller. Well, that's the thing.
It's just making them less Dumbo-y.
Yeah, they stick out. And so that was the thing, because I literally would get bullied by other kids because kids are dumb and mean and everything. Yeah. And so they would say elephant ears or whatever. And that really did get to me, to the point where I literally asked my mom, because there's a surgery that you can get that makes your ears more flush against your head, and I literally was thinking about doing that, and then I met somebody that did that, and it went horribly wrong, and now they cannot show their ears, they have their hair down all the time. Oh my gosh! So I was like, you know what? I'm fine. Yeah. My ears are great. I love my ears, and so over time I have grown to love them.
All right, worst body part to get, the most unnecessary body part to get plastic surgery on. Talking about which body part would be the most unnecessary, or in other words, the least necessary to get cosmetic surgery on. This comes after people using Ozempic and other GLP-1s are now increasingly getting earlobe surgery because of what they're calling Ozempic earlobes. Your earlobes deflate and look long and saggy, loose and long and you got loose, long, saggy earlobes. So they're trying to get those fixed. Yeah. So what? But to me, that feels like one of the last body parts you would ever need to worry about.
It's not that big of a deal.
Is there any that are more unnecessary?
Well, we heard from Regina. She said fingers.
I thought about that. I definitely thought about that. And I'm thinking I
don't know what you would do to them.
finger lengthening or finger shortening? Do you feel like your hands are too big?
Cut off your fingers?
Like we're
going to just cut off a little of the top.
Just to shave off a section of the bone so that they look a little shorter.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, if you've got like weirdly spindly fingers. But people see your hands
like
a lot.
Slender Man or something.
Like that's why women like do their fingernails, right? Because people see your hands a lot. So if you did have unusual fingers, I can see why that. Now William says feet.
Okay.
William and his wife, they say feet.
Yeah.
And here's why that would be unnecessary. Because if you're not proud of your feet, they're one of the easiest
things to hide.
Yes.
Yes, I do agree. Although it is nice to be like, able to show off your feet.
Right. Yeah. And I know particularly like with women, again, it's like they don't. There's a thing about having bigger feet.
Yeah.
You don't maybe.
That's usually
You may have a complex. Yeah.
Right.
So if you could get feet shrinking surgery.
Well, there's a reason why feet binding was made illegal.
Yeah.
It's not good, guys.
That's true.
Just be proud of your feet. It's fine. We also heard from Chad. He said the butt. Least necessary thing to get plastic surgery on. Too many horror stories of people trying to do home remedies. Yikes.
Yeah.
Any type of home remedy surgery just sounds terrible.
I do feel though that like the risk reward, like if you want people to notice, I feel like having like a really good butt, it just kind of like.
But that's one of the things
people will notice.
People will notice, but also that's
one
of the
really
things
bad.
Yeah, maybe.
Because that's what he's talking about. The horror stories are really bad.
It is really bad. But it's one of those things where people, like, particularly women, are convinced they need to get, like, the BBL, the Brazilian butt lift or whatever. Go work out in the gym. That's the thing that I think people don't understand is a lot of the stuff that they think they need to do through plastic surgery, they can achieve naturally.
Mm-hmm. It's just harder and
it's
longer
hard.
term.
Yeah, it's harder work, but you will feel more accomplished by doing it the natural way.
Shrew took the one that I was thinking of, and that is knees. I feel like because I can imagine, like, I can picture a person being like, I'm not proud of my knees. They're too, like, knobby or something. Like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't have good knees, but nobody cares.
No one cares.
If the rest of you looks good, this is another way to look at it. Like, if all the rest of you is solved, you can get by with weird kneecaps.
It's true. It's true.
You can definitely.
I also just think it's nice that we look unique. Like, you don't.
Yeah.
I feel like plastic surgery makes us all look the same because that's how I feel about like celebrities that get plastic surgery is they suddenly all start to look the same because all the plastic surgeons achieve the same look. That's like a popular look.
Right.
It's like the Kim Kardashian look or whatever, or Kylie Jenner. And I'm like, we don't all need to look like Kylie Jenner. Like, in my opinion, we should all embrace the uniqueness of our own identity and DNA and genetics. That's again why I'm like, my grandpa has these ears. Why should I be not proud of the same ears? You know?
Yeah. It runs in the family.
Right.
You just own it. Have you noticed this? 8772 RadioU or the talkback button in the RadioU app that leading up to the World Cup coming up tomorrow. Illegal streaming has gotten exponentially tougher recently.
I wonder why.
It may be related. Authorities have shut down more than, they say, 27,000
oh my gosh,
illegal streaming links and websites in a massive anti-piracy operation that spans countries across the globe.
Yeah.
This was done in preparation for the World Cup because that's going to be definitely a big driver of people trying to find a way to watch the World Cup without paying.
It's true. Although,
and FIFA can't have that.
Yeah, they want that money.
Yeah.
I don't know if you see this, but this is an operation known as Kratos 2, and it's been running since September of last year.
Yeah. Allie, is that when Stream East famously went down?
It might have been.
Remember that?
I remember that.
That was devastating for people, only to find out that Stream East kind of came back.
Yeah, I mean,
this is what I usually find with these. They
just pop back up somewhere else.
Right. And so while the authorities claim here, this was a 7-month investigation starting back in September of 2025, coordinated by Bulgaria, of all places, and Europol, but also in association and assistance with law enforcement agencies from 13 countries, including the United States.
Europol? Is that supposed to be like Interpol?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
The investigators, they shut down 27,000 illegal streaming sites, arrested 29 people. 27,000 streaming sites, only 29 arrests.
Well, I guess it'd be hard to tie everything to certain people with proof. You know?
They identified 86 suspects, have carried out 148 searches, and dismantled 9 organized crime groups that were making millions through illegal IPTV services for sports, movie, and TV streaming.
Wow.
They say that rather than targeting the websites themselves, authorities focused on the technical infrastructure and criminal networks operating behind the piracy services, which allowed them to uncover additional suspects and related operations.
Yeah, that's what you have to do. You can't just target the sites because, again, the sites will pop back up somewhere else with a different URL that's slightly changed, but it's the same thing.
Right, and hosted somewhere else or whatever.
And so you do have to attack the malware, the spyware, all that type of stuff just to try and get the whole system to come down. That's it feels like previously they were going for the symptoms rather than the cause, and you need to go for the cause.
They say that if you are the type of person that might be tempted to use a piracy site.
Tempted.
Yeah. Those sites often expose malware, spyware, scams, and data theft in addition to copyright violations. So it's not just that, you're hurting FIFA by streaming it or Fox by streaming it without, paying. You're also potentially opening up yourself to risks as well.
To viruses and all of that. It's true, although...
Yeah, because the streaming services that are legal never have data leaks, right?
They don't steal any of my data and sell it to companies. That's definitely not happening on there. No. It just feels like overall, if you're on the internet, your data's available.
Yeah, it's not really the warning I feel like they want it to be.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna come on here and condone using illegal streaming sites. No. I'm also not gonna come on here and tell you I've never used one.
Yeah, I used it all the time in Africa because there really was no good options. And there was no way to even legally stream things.
Yeah.
So the only options were illegal streams most of the time.
Yeah. But I guess something still tells me though, 27,000 illegal streaming sites down. I feel like people are still
100,000 more to go.
Right,
there's so many more.
The World Cup is still going to be illegally streamed.
Oh, yeah.
Radio U, where music is going, 877-2 Radio U. We are doing Would You Rather Wednesday. The question is, for 24 hours straight, would you rather listen to Baby Shark or the Hamster Dance? Two horrible, viral, animal-related songs that have been popular and overplayed over the last several years. Regina started us off. She says, Baby Shark drives me a bit crazy. How has it survived over a decade? Has it been that long?
It's been a long time, I think.
So she says, I guess the Hamster Dance.
We also heard from Susanna. She says, I don't think I know the Hamster Dance, but I'm going to have to have Baby Shark stuck in my head for 24 hours anyway, just by hearing you guys say those words. So I guess I might as well pick Baby Shark.
Max says, good impression of the Hamster Dance. Do it again, Allie. Do it. But I would pick Baby Shark, and I would pick a metal version if I had the choice.
There has to be one out there, right?
Yeah, probably by Our First Light. Is that the band that always is doing the covers?
Our First Night?
Yeah.
Our Last Night.
Our Last Night.
Yeah, Our First Night. We got it all wrong.
Yeah.
No, but I know they do all the pop goes metal or whatever.
Yeah, they do all the Taylor Swift songs. So they also probably did Metal Baby Shark.
Yes. I think they also did K-pop Demon Hunters. So we heard from Cousin Corey. He says the Hamster Dance is just a sped up version of the Robin Hood cartoon theme song, which I love. So I'm voting for that. Have a good day. That's
Dang,
true.
I didn't even realize that.
It is.
Yeah, the Robin Hood cartoon. And that
song actually is kind of fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
That's crazy that never connected in my mind.
In my mind either.
Yeah.
Corey knows music, so I believe that he knew that.
My mind is blown. Jen says hamster dance because my son has autism and Baby Shark makes him cry.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Yeah, that's definitely can't choose that one.
Hey, he's not the only one.
Yeah, we also are crying internally. We heard from Jeff. He says, gotta go Baby Shark.
Holly says Baby Shark all the way. She had a girl that was obsessed for years, so I've developed more coping mechanisms for that.
We heard from Jordan, said Baby Shark, it already lives rent-free in my head.
Oh, my God. What are you taking, Allie? Baby Shark or hamster dance 24 hours straight?
I'm going hamster dance because I really cannot do Baby Shark. It annoys me a lot. It's fun the one time with the kids, but 24 hours with that? No, thank you.
I think Baby Shark, even though it's repetitive, it goes somewhere. Like there's a change up to it.
There is some lyrics.
You could just and so you can just keep adding family members, and at least it's a different, something different is happening.
Cousin Shark,
yeah, and you get to like fourth cousin once removed Shark, and in 24 hours. But the hamster dance is it's going to be the same thing.
It's very, very repetitive.
Even though I definitely am looking at it a different way now.
Yeah. I think I can enjoy it more knowing that it's the Robin Hood theme song.
Yeah. But I feel like because I didn't even realize that till now, I feel like it doesn't ruin the Robin Hood song, but it makes it all the more impressive how annoying the hamster dance song is. That it took a good song
and ruined it.
So.
All the sped up and stuff does that. The sped up and slowed down things.
So I guess I'm going Baby Shark.
Thanks for listening to the RadioU Podcast. Don't forget to rate and review the show.